All right, so we're going to look at balancing a budget and what that would look like. So you should have these papers in front of you. Okay, see these questions. I'm going to work them out. You're going to work them with me, and then you're going to answer them. And this is how we're going to review this balancing the budget. It says, below is Mallory's financial record for the month of July. Using the chart, how much allowance did Mallory make for the month of July? All right, so we're looking for allowance. So we've looked at money that she's received, okay? That is her income. Then you have here the expenses. That is the bills that she's paying. Okay, so if we're looking at the amount that she's received, we see that she has received $25 and $15 in babysitting and birthday money. All right. So she's earned $40, but she has spent. Okay, so we're going to go over some ways to balance the budget. There's really not notes to take over this part. It's more just practice. So if you don't have it already, go get the packet that starts with problem number 33. Okay, and looks like this. It should be either on my white table or on the brown cabinet. All right, so it says Lucy made a table to budget her money for the next 4 months. Based on the information in the table, what's the best way for Lucy to balance her budget for December? All right, first, so September, we've got her income, expenses, savings, balance is 0. Okay, October, 70 income, 40 expenses, 20 for savings. November, 50 income, 25 for expenses, 15 for savings. December, her income's 140, but her expenses are 170. She's going to save nothing, and she's down to a negative 30 in her account. So, based on the information in the table, what's the best way for Lucy to balance her budget? Well, we're going to look through our answer choices and think about process of elimination. All right, so first it says A, eliminate savings in December. Well, savings for December has already been eliminated, so that's kind of a no starter because that's all you can do. B, reduce her expenses in December. Okay, so that might be an option. Reduce the amount of money you're going to spend. C, ask her parents for money. Okay, anytime that is an option, that is a no. Okay, that is not something the state expects you to see. They want to see you say, ask your parents. Okay, D, apply for a loan in December. Also a no. Okay, anytime you can reduce your expenses, you're going to reduce your expenses or eliminate entertainment. So in this one, we're going to reduce her expenses in December. Okay. All right, 34. It says Kayla's weekly allowance is $10. So her monthly budget income is $40. She spends $28 on her lunch at school each month. The rest is for savings or to buy something she wants. Last week, she saw a sticker album and bought it for $14.55. Now her budget is short. Which action is the best way for Kayla to balance her budget? Okay, so she gets a weekly allowance of $10. So in a month, that's an income of $40. So this is what she's got. This is her income. All right. She spends $28 on her lunches. So we're going to take away that $28. All right. So we're going to subtract 40 minus 28. 0 minus 8. We have to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So it leaves her with $12 for the rest of the month. It says, the rest is for savings or to buy something she wants. Last week, she saw a sticker album and bought it for $14.55. Okay, which action is the best way for Kayla to balance her budget? All right, so here's what she had. Here's what she spent. So she went over her budget. So are we going to increase her weekly allowance? Use $255 from her savings to cover the cost. use $14.55 from her savings, or sell the sticker album for $2.55. Which one is the logical choice? Okay, first of all, we know we can't just increase just because we want more money. Okay, so logically thinking, are we going to use $2.55 from savings, use $14.55 from savings, or sell the sticker album for $2.55? Okay, so we're going to say G. We're going to use $2.55 from her savings and then keep the rest of it put up. Okay, we want to pull as little from savings as we can. All right, number 35. Eric's parents give him a weekly allowance of $40 to help with his expenses at college. Eric's budgets $25 a week to buy breakfast at school, $15 to spend on entertainment, and if Eric would like to attend a fun sport event, that will take place in 3 weeks. The ticket for the event costs $30, so his weekly expenses for that week will total $70. What is the best option for Eric so that he can attend the sport event? All right, so let's look at Eric. Okay, so if Eric makes $40 a week, he spends $25 on food. That gives him $15. And then $15 on entertainment. That leaves him with nothing else. It's a completely balanced budget. So in 3 weeks, if he wants to save up $30, what should he do? Okay, so look, should he not attend a sporting event? B, he should use his weekly allowance to purchase his ticket. C says he should borrow $10 from friends for 3 weeks so that he can purchase his ticket. Or D, he should only spend $5 on entertainment for 3 weeks, and that would save him $10 each week, giving him the $30. Which one of those is a logical choice? So right now, this is how much he makes a week. That's his income. He spends $25 on food and $15 on entertainment. So which would be the logical choice? Okay, so right off, you should have eliminated C because we're not going to borrow. Okay. B says he should use his weekly allowance to purchase his ticket. Well, that's great, but then what about food for the week? If he spends $30 of the $40, how's he going to eat the rest of the week? Okay, so you're down to either not attending or sacrificing. Okay, and any time that you can cut entertainment to better your balance, then that's what you're going to do. So the answer is D. So if he only spends $5 on entertainment each week for 3 weeks, that's going to give him $10 a week and give him $30 at the end of his 3 weeks. Okay. All right. Allie's May budget is not balanced. In order for Allie to balance her budget, by which amount must she reduce her expenses? All right. So her income, this is the money she's making. So 30, 40, 50, 60. So she makes $70 a month. And then she's spending 48, 15, 25. That's 18, 4, 5, 6. She's spending $88. So she is spending more than she's actually making. Okay? So where can I cut? All right? So hint, we're not ever going to cut from savings. All right? But it's not asking us that. It's asking us, in order for her to balance her budget, by which amount must she reduce her expenses? So basically, what's the difference between what she's making and what she's spending? Okay, what's the difference between what she's making and what she's spending? All right, so if you subtracted 88 minus 70, 8 minus 0 is 8, 8 minus 7 is 1. She's going to reduce her savings. She's going to reduce her budget by $18. All right. Mr. Porter has a total net income of $1,650 each month. Mrs. Porter has a total net income of $1,075 each month. Their monthly budget is shown in the chart below. Which of the following actions would result in a balanced budget? All right. So the first thing we're going to have to do is find out what our whole income is. So we have to take $1,650, that was Mr. Porter's, and $1,075, which is Mrs. Porter's, and combine them. So together, they make $2,725. All right. So which action would result in a balanced budget? Well, to balance it, first we need to know what the expenses are. So you're going to need to find out the expenses and what the difference is between the expenses and the income. All right, so if you added all of this, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 17. All right, so they're spending $2,770. So their expenses are greater than their income. So $2,770. The income is $2,725. So which of the following actions would result in the balanced budget? All right, so the expenses are $2,770. Their income is $2,725. So what are they going to do to balance their budget? Can they A, decrease the spending on entertainment to $175, B, decrease income by $30, C, decrease spending on clothes to $255, or D, decrease spending on donations to $60? Okay. First, you need to find out what the difference is. What are they missing? How much are they off? All right, so 7 becomes 6, 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 6, take away 2, you get 4. 7 minus 7 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. So they're off by $45. All right, so let's look logically at this. First of all, are we going to increase income by $30? Well, even if we increase the income by $30, it's not going to make up that difference of $45. All right, so where can we move some things around? All right, so the house payment is a non-negotiable. It stays. Groceries, utility, these are all non-negotiables. They have to, they're there, they're set. We can't change those. Okay, these are our negotiables: clothing, entertainment, and donations. All right, so if we decrease the spending on entertainment to $175 from $200, that's only a $25 difference. That's not going to cover the $45. So that's not it. If we decrease the spending on clothes to $255 from $300, well, $300 minus $255, that's a $45 difference. All right? 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. So this is a possibility. And then the last one says decrease spending on donations to $60. Well, $100 and you take away 60, that's a $40 difference. And we're looking for a $45 difference. So the only one that gives us a $45 difference would be C. We're going to decrease the spending on clothing to $255. Okay, so you see what I did? I looked at what their decreasing was. Decreased spending of entertainment to $175 from $200, only $25 difference. Donations was $100, and we're going to drop it to $60. That's only a $40 difference. But when you drop the clothing from $300 to $255, that's a $45 difference, which is what we need. All right. Well, let's look at this one. Priscilla wants to put some money into savings, but also have a balanced budget. So she created a chart to show her current income and expenses so far this month. Based on Priscilla's current income and expenses, what is the greatest amount of money she can put into savings? All right. So the first thing you have to do is find out what her income is. And then you need to find out what her expenses are. And whatever's left could be put into savings. So solve that. Okay. If you add all of her income, you should have gotten $200 income. When you added all her expenses, you should have gotten that she spends $160. And it says based on her income, current income and expenses, what's the greatest amount of money she could put into savings? So what did you get for the difference between 200 and 160? Okay, difference means you subtracted 0. 0 minus 6, we have to borrow. That makes it 10 minus 6 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. So that means it is a $40 savings. So your answer was H. All right. Andrew's family is planning their budget for the next month. The family's monthly net income is $2,154. The table below shows the expenses they are expecting for the month. Which statement about Andrew's family budget for this month is true? All right. So we have to find a total. So before we can do anything, we have to find out how much the total expenses are. So you have to rewrite that and add those up to find a total expenses. Okay, so after you add it up, you're going to get your total expenses, and then you're going to see, are these balanced? Is the net income and the expenses balanced? Okay, so you're going to pick either A, the net income, which is $2,154, is not balanced, or the budget is not balanced because the expenses are higher than the net income. B, the budget is not balanced because the amount for each expense is very different. C, the budget is balanced because the higher expenses is for the house payment. Or D, the budget is balanced because all the expenses are necessary. Okay, so think about that. Does it have to do, balancing the budget, does it have anything to do with higher expenses being the house payment or being necessary? Okay, remember a balanced budget means that the income and the expenses are equal. So which one would be correct? All right, so when you added all of the expenses, you found out that she is spending $2,305. But her net income is only $2,154. So your answer should have been A. The budget is not balanced because the expenses are higher than the net income. Number 40. Tessa wants to move to a new apartment. She created a monthly budget based on her current income and expenses as shown in the chart below. What is the most Tessa can afford for rent on her new apartment if she maintains a balanced budget each month? All right, so this is her income. This is what she has coming in each month. These are her expenses minus the rent because we don't know what that's going to be yet. So how much could she afford monthly? If she makes $575 a month, or a week, sorry, for 4 weeks, how much did she make? And then figure out how much she spends in her bills. So you're going to add those up. And then you're going to tell me what the difference is between the income and the expenses. Okay, so her income is $575 a week for 4 weeks. So 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 2 is 30. 4 times 5 is 20. Plus 3 is 23. So she's bringing in $2,300 a month. Her expenses, when you add them up, is $1,400. Now, I've got to find the difference to see how much she can afford in rent each month. So, $1,400. And we're going to subtract. 0, 0. 3 minus 4 would be a negative number. So, we have to borrow. 13 minus 4 is 9. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So, that means she can afford rent that is worth $900 a month. So, your answer would be J. All right. Mr. Salazar's net income for the month of January is $2,545. The table shows his January budget except for an amount in the transportation category. What amount should be in the transportation category in order for Mr. Salazar's budget to be balanced? Okay, so we know already that the income is $2,545. Okay, we know these are his expenses. So we're going to have to add the expenses and then do what? What would you do to find how much is going to be left? Okay, so we know that the net income is $2,545. If we add 955 plus 142 plus 500 plus 350 plus 300, we get $2,247. That's how much he spends in his expenses. Okay, so now to find out what's left for transportation, we subtract $2,247. All right, if I have 5, I can't take 7 away. Not in 5th grade, that would give me a negative number. So we're going to borrow. 15 minus 7 is 8. 3 minus 4, can't do that in 5th grade. Give me a negative number, so I'm going to borrow. 5 becomes 4, 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So that means there is $298 left for transportation. So balanced budget means even on both sides. Exactly the same. So the answer would be B, $298. Okay, last question. I want you to solve it on your own. I'm going to read it to you, and then you're going to tell me what the answer is for other transportation. When you're finished with this, put it in your blue folder or your math folder, whatever it may be, and hold on to it for review. Okay, we're not going to put this in our journal because it's just too much to stick into our journal. But I do want you to keep up with it. So at the top of your paper, I want you to put save. Okay, right, save on the top of that very first page so that you do not throw that away. Your mom doesn't accidentally throw it away for you. All right, 42 says Wanda's net income for the month of April was $2,438. The table shows her April budget except for an amount in the other category. What amount in dollars and cents should be in the other category in order for Wanda's April budget to be balanced? Okay, so you know that her income is $2,438, so $2,438. Okay, if you added up all of the expenses, you would have gotten $2,335 for her total expenses. All right, so what amount belongs in the other category? You have to take the income and the expenses and subtract them. So 2,335. All right, and we're subtracting. So 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. 4 minus 3 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. So that means $103 should have been your answer. Okay, again, keep this in your blue folder. Make sure your name is on it, the very front page. Make sure the word save is on the very front page so that your mom knows not to throw it away. You know not to throw it away. This is good, good review. Okay, so on this page right here, you need to write save. And then you need to put your name. And again, it's going to go in your math folder. Keep up with it. We will look at this again probably on Friday. Okay? Remember, you are going to have a unit test on Friday. There will be questions about taxes, what we did yesterday, and gross and net income. And there will be questions about budgets. Okay? So keep that in mind that we do have another test on Friday. And it'll be over everything that we've gone over these last 3 days. Or 4 days. Okay?